Hello guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about the major scale, and by the end of this video you'd have learned how to play the major scale on all 12 keys of the piano with the right and proper fingering. So let's dive right into that. I'll leave a link to a PDF that contains all the fingerings for the major scale on every key of the piano in the description, so do well to check that section for that material. Right now we'll start on the key of C. Fingering for the major scale on the key of C is 3-5 for the right hand and 5-3 for the left hand. So before I continue, there's a way the fingers are numbered in relation to piano playing, and that is the thumb is 1, the index finger is 2, the middle finger is 3, the ring finger is 4, while the little finger or the pinky is 5. The same also goes for the left hand, just on the inverse. So you have the thumb as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So playing the major scale for the right hand, you play 3 first, and then you end with 5. And that's like, slide your thumb under. Okay, for the left hand, you play 5 first. So that's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you slide over 3, 2, 1. Going down is opposite. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's it. And together you'd have this. Now, if you want to play more than one octave, what you do is, instead of ending with your pinky on the right hand, you just cross over a second time. So that's, instead of doing this crossover and then you play the same thing, then end with this. If you're not ready to end, you cross over again. Okay. Then coming down, you just cross over your fourth finger, then play the normal thing. Instead of ending, crossover. So that is the fingering for the major scale on the key of C. And one interesting thing is that this fingering actually works for majority of the white keys. So the fingering I just showed you works for the key of D, it works for the key of E, it works for the key of G and A. It also partially works for the key of B and F, but there are a few alterations. So I'll show you that later in the video. So let's move to the key of D. Same fingering, 3-5. So you'd notice that on the key of D, I'm using black notes, not just white notes. So one of the reasons why I started showing you the major scale and its fingering on the key of C is because I didn't want you to start thinking about the intervals and the relationship between the keys. I just wanted you to focus mainly on the fingering. But now, when you want to play the major scale on other keys, you have to consider the intervals between the notes so that you can achieve the right sound. For example, if I'm on the key of D and I play the major scale without observing the right intervals, that means I just play it on the white keys, I won't get the right sound. So that's actually something, that's a different scale entirely. So how do I now know the interval between the keys? One simple way is to know that the distance between each note in the major scale is a tone apart, except for the notes between the third and fourth, as well as the seventh and eighth. So I'll come again. When you're playing the major scale, you want to leave a note before going to the next, except when you get to the third note, moving to the fourth, as well as when you get to the seventh note, moving to the eighth, which is 1 on the upper octave. So let me take that slowly. How do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? So this is the key of D. So between D and the next note, this is the second note. I have to jump this. Between the second note and the third note, I have to jump this. So which makes those two intervals interval of a tone. Now, between the third and the fourth notes, I won't have to jump anything. So this interval is a semitone, which is different from this because I had to jump something here, which made it a tone. So this is a semitone. That's 3 to 4. It's a semitone. Then 4 to 5 is a tone. 5 to 6 is a tone because I had to jump. Now 6 to 7 is a tone as well. But 7 to 8, which is also 1 on the upper octave, right, is a semitone. So essentially it means the only point where I play a semitone is between 3 and 4 and 7 and 8. Every other note has the interval of a tone. A tone, a tone, semitone, a tone, a tone, a tone, semitone. So that's the formula, guys. And once you master this, you can apply it to all the keys on the piano and it works. All right, so let's go to the key of D. Let's play through that. Same fingering as the fingering I showed you on the key of C. If you want to continue, you don't end with your pinky, you start again by crossing over. Okay, so coming down, we have all right, so let's go to the key of E. Same fingering. So a little faster. So next is the key of G. Same fingering. Next is the key of A. Same fingering. Now let's move to the key of B. Now the key of B is slightly different because the left hand does something else. It has a different fingering, but the right hand remains the same, which is 3 and 5. So you play 3 and then you cross over. Come down, play 5, cross over, and play 3. But the left hand plays just 4, starting from the ring finger. You start from the ring finger and you play just 4. And you play another 4 after you cross over. So here, that's the first half. Then you cross over, start from your ring finger again. Then going back, you have crossover. Yeah. So for the right hand, you have 3, 5, which is. So combining both of them together will give you the major scale for the key of B. So in case you want to continue, all you just need to do is to make sure you don't end with the pinky. You just turn over again and you keep on playing. All right, so the key of F is the direct opposite. You play the same fingering I've shown you from the beginning with your left hand, but you play 4 on your right hand. So on the right hand, you have 4, 4, which is, that's the first 4. Then you cross over and play the last 4. Coming down, you still play 4, 4, crossover. That's for the key of F on the right hand. Now on the left hand, you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide over and play 3. Now coming down, you play 1, 2, 3. Slide over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the fingerings for the major scale on all the white keys. Now, how do you play the black keys? One simple rule to note is that when you're playing the major scale on the black keys, you don't want to use your thumb to start. You don't want to start with your thumb at all. One simple rule to note when you're playing the major scale on the black keys is not to use the thumb. Rather, make sure you start with your index finger. Okay? Make sure you always start with your index finger. That helps with the arrangements and free movements on the black keys. So let's take the key of C sharp, for example. C sharp, I start with the index finger, moving to the middle finger, and then I turn over with the thumb. So it's like this. Then I turn over with the thumb. Place my fingers to play the next available notes. Turn over again and end it. If I want to continue, I just easily turn over that. So coming down is turn over. And for the left hand, I start from the middle finger. Here I have, then I cross over to finger 3. I can continue if I want to, same thing. So coming down is just this. Now together in a faster tempo, that's yeah. E flat is similar to that. On the right hand, I start with the index finger. Left hand, I start with the ring finger as well, middle finger rather. Actually, the same fingering, just different placements of notes. Okay, so let's take another key, another black key, A flat. For A flat, I also start with the index finger on my right hand. On the left hand, I start with the middle finger. So I play 3. On the 3, remember, distance between 3 and 4 are always a semitone. So I play semitone, semitone. Between 7 and 8 is a semitone. So all right, so on the left hand, okay, so combining both together, this will be so finally I'll show you the key of B flat. B flat is just the same thing, starting with, you're going to start with your index finger, crossover when there's an opportunity. Okay, calm down, crossover. So let me take that again. Okay, for the left hand, you start with your middle finger, crossover, crossover. So together, faster. Yeah. So this is worth learning, as you have no idea how it will improve your playing a ton. I'll leave a link to a PDF that contains all the fingerings for the major scale on every key of the piano in the description. So do well to check that section for that material. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I believe this was helpful. If it was, do like, and please also subscribe to my channel, as that helps YouTube to recommend my videos to other people that would definitely need it. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and see you in the next videos. Cheers.